Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Faqihah binti Johan. My student ID is 019 234 and 122.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Husna binti Saat and my student ID is 2019261992.
Hello, my name is Nur Nasihah binti Mazuki and my student ID is 2019228338.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurin Maisarah binti Rosli. My student ID is 2019621262.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Marissa binti Yusof. My student ID 2019438492.
Linear algebra is a branch of mathematics that deals with mathematical structures that can be closed using addition, subtraction, and scalar multiplication. It includes the theory of systems of linear equations, matrices, determinants, vector spaces, and linear transformation. One of the two main components of linear algebra is vector spaces, with other being linear transformation. Functions that send one vector to another are known as linear transformation. Matrix is a set of numbers arranged in rows and columns so as to form a rectangular array. The numbers are called the elements of the matrix. Matrices can be seen in all linear algebra topics. Linear algebra is useful for real life because it is easy to use in the most linear algebra problems and also can be easily solved by a computer. One of the topics in linear algebra that we will use in this case study is determinant. The determinants must in square matrix. It can be used to capture information about matrix in a single number. Determinant can be used to solve linear equations problems.
Okay, so for today, I will talk about purpose of our study. The title of the case study is the application of determinants. Determinants is a matrix that is regularly utilized to represent the coefficients in a system linear equations. Okay, determinants are utilized to characterize the characteristic polynomial of a matrix, which is a basic for eigenvalue problems in linear algebra. It can be demonstrated that any matrix has a unique inverse if its determinant is non-zero. Okay, Cramer's rule. Basically, Cramer's rule have indeterminants. We can use Cramer's rule to solve the solution of an equation by using a matrix. Okay, it uses a formula to calculate the solution to the system utilizing the definition of determinants. Okay, Cramer's rule is an explicit formula for the solution of a system of linear equation with as many equations as unknowns. Okay, for the example, a square matrix is valid whenever the system has a unique solution. It expresses the solution in terms of the coefficient matrix and matrix obtained from it by replacing one column by the vector of right-hand sides of the equations. Cramer's rule can only be used for a system where the matrix is non-singular. Then the system of linear equation does not have a unique solution and Cramer's rule cannot be applied. Okay, for homogeneous system of linear equation, it is obvious that if the system has a unit. So in this case study, Encik Zahid has a company in the fashion industry that known as Zeware Textile Enterprise. In this case study, we will find the expenses or the amount of their cost in 3 weeks.
Zeware Textile Enterprise is a fashion company who sells affordable and unique clothes. Every week, the company stocks the fabric that they bought from a supplier in China. They are used for making blouses, skirts, and more. Among the fabrics used The most demanded by their customers are cotton, polyester and satin. The total rolls of fabric ordered in the first week are 23, which are 6 cotton, 5 satin and 12 polyester fabric. The total expenses in week 1 is 3,500 ringgit. In week 2, the total order of fabrics are 18 rolls, which are 7 cotton, 3 satin and 8 polyester rolls. And the total expenses in week 2 is 2,690 ringgit. Next, the total of fabric rolls ordered in week 3 are 20 rolls and the total expenses is 2,600 ringgit. The order consists of 12 cotton rolls and 8 polyester rolls. Based on the orders, we need to find the cost of each roll of fabrics by using the Cramer's rule.
Based on the question given, the explanation for the results are: firstly, represents cotton as C, satin as S, and P for polyester as coefficient in this equation. Then, transform the equation into the metric form, which is 3 times 3 form. By using the cofactor expansion, we need to find the determinant for A, determinant for A1, determinant A2, and lastly determinant A3. Therefore, the answer for determinant A equals to negative 88, determinant A1 equal to negative 13,200, determinant A2 equal to 34,640, and determinant A3 equal to negative 8,800. By using Cramer's rule, we can find the cost of rolls of each fabrics for cotton, satin and polyester. So firstly, let cotton C equal to negative 13,200 divide negative 88, and then the answer is RM150. Next, satin as negative 24,640 divide negative 88. The answer is RM280 ringgit. Lastly, for polyester P, negative 8,800 divide negative 88, and the answer is RM100. Therefore, the cost of each roll of the fabrics are RM150 for cotton, 280 for satin, and 100 for polyester.
So now, I would like to conclude the case study that we have conducted. In conclusion, this case study consists of information that provided by each group member, such as purpose of study, methodology, result and discussion. The application of determinants is actually used in our daily life. There are a few fields that use the application of determinants in completing their work. For example, encryption, economics and business, construction and animation. By completing this case study, we can know how matrix theory can be used in our life. In this study, we have found the cost for each roll of fabric that's produced from a supplier in China, where 150 ringgit for cotton fabric, 280 ringgit for satin fabric, and 100 ringgit for polyester fabric. Based on the problem statement, it is shown that the application of determinants is quite important in regular human life. As we can see, the cost for each roll of fabric from Ziwe Textile Enterprise can be calculated using the application of determinants. The problem was solved by applying matrix to find the determinants, using cofactor expansion, and finding the cost for each roll of fabric using Cramer's rule. From all above, we can conclude that Cramer's rule is the best method to use in finding the cost for each fabric. From the study, it also showed the cost for a roll of satin fabric is higher compared to a cotton fabric and polyester fabric. That's all for me.